So, breathing. It can be really, it's a strange thing to say, but sometimes we don't breathe as well as we should. Particularly if you've been tense for a long time, or you've had some kind of like lower back injury, or you've been holding a lot of like shoulder. What can happen is we get into a situation where we just breathe with our chest. And what that does is it can kind of keep us from being able to get a full breath of air and help us relax. Plus, if I'm just breathing with my chest, if you watch, I have to use all these muscles in my neck to breathe. And so if you do have some neck pain or some tension, or your nose is blocked, if you're breathing like that every time, it can add to that kind of like neck pain. So it's a nice way with whatever's going on to learn how to breathe a little bit better. So there's a few different ways that you can breathe to help with your hips, to help with your pelvic floor, to help with just bracing through your core, and also help release your neck. And the simplest way to start is you put a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly. And what you're looking to do is when you breathe in, you're trying to make this bottom hand move up. So if I breathe in, when that rises up like that, that means I have to be using my diaphragm. And if you watch my chest, if I just use my diaphragm, my chest doesn't move too much. And then out. And then you want to practice, can I just move my chest without moving my diaphragm? So you're going to breathe. Make my chest move, have that calm down. So if you can feel both of those separately, the hope is now you can breathe nice and fully using both, and that will in turn help the diaphragm work, help the chest move and relax, and also help your neck as well. So you breathe in and then out. In Chinese medicine, we're looking to have a nice, normal, natural breath, in which case they both move at the same time. If one moves and then the other, it implies that you're using some muscle tension. And that's great for certain things if you're trying to train certain things, but if you're trying to relax and help the body and the muscles calm down, we want to move away from that for just a little bit. So you can just sit there, your hand on your chest, your hand on your belly, and just nice, normal, natural breath in. And have both of them move at the same time. If your nose is blocked, you can breathe through your mouth, but preferably start breathing through your nose, because the more you breathe through your nose, the more it kind of opens up. And if your nose is blocked, which mine is a little bit today, I have to use more force to get my chest and my breath to move, and then I can add some tension into the neck. So by just taking some nice, normal, deep breaths in, over time that's going to help the chest relax, the neck relax, the diaphragm work, but it'll also open up your nose. Now let's imagine you're busy, you're trying to get to sleep at night, you're feeling a bit stressed. You can actually use this to calm your nervous system down. So you can have your legs up like that, or if let's say you're trying to sleep, hands like this, and I think the Navy SEALs call this box breathing, and they use it to kind of keep themselves relaxed and calm under pressure. We're going to have your hand here, and you're going to breathe in to the count of 3. 1, 2, it's hard to breathe and talk at the same time. 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to hold for 3, and then you're going to breathe out for 3. Hold for 3, and then you're going to breathe in again for 3. The reason why you're doing it like that is it's forcing you to have a nice, normal, natural, deep breath, and it starts to slow it down. It'll help your heart rate slow down, it'll help the mind slow down, and then when you're feeling better with that, instead of holding for 3, see if you can go 4, then 5. And by the time you get to about 5 or even a little bit longer, your heart rate's had to calm down, your blood pressure's had to lower, your mind's had to calm down. So it's a really nice way to kind of help yourself relax, get off to sleep. If your nose is blocked, it can make it hard to breathe, and it also can make your neck nice and tense. And if at night, particularly if your nose is blocked, you'll jut your chin forward, you breathe through your mouth, and you'll make your jaw really tight and your neck really tight. So if your sinuses are blocked, a really easy and simple way that you can try and get this to open up is basically humming. So I don't know who figured this out, but by humming, It increases the amount of nitric oxide in the system, and essentially that's a blood vessel dilator. So by humming, it dilates the blood vessels in your sinuses, get some fresh blood through there. It will help like move out any inflammation. So let's say you've got a little bit of a cold or a little bit of a blocked nose or it's a bit stuffy. By humming, it'll basically open up the blood vessels and start to clear that along. You've got a few extra tricks that we'll add in from a Chinese medicine point of view, some acupressure things that you can do that'll also help open that up. So you can hum at the same time as you're doing it, you know, provided you feel comfortable doing that. I won't do it because I'll be talking you through it. But imagine you're humming at the same time. The first point is just on the side of the nostril. So by massaging through there, we're trying to stimulate the blood flow and the nerves that are going through the sinuses, and then I'm naturally just going to come into the top of the cheekbone. So in that cheekbone through there, there's a nice little divot. If you do have some sore sinuses, that'll actually be a bit tender. So you find a nice tender spot and you massage that through there. That's on the stomach meridian in Chinese medicine if you're interested. Massaging this for 30 to 90 seconds for each one is really good. You should start to feel warm in the area, and you might even start to hear some pops. And then moving through there. Now you've also got a sinus cavity up here. So another great traditional point is in line with the eyes, coming above the eyebrows. There's another little hole there. And in that hole, if your sinuses are infected, that can be a little bit sensitive. But finding that spot, massaging that in for 30 to 90 seconds and trying to breathe through my nose and then hum. Will actually start to open all of that up for you, have it feeling really good. One of the really interesting things is if your nose is blocked, you breathe more through your mouth, it juts your jaw and puts pressure through there. But if you also release your jaw, it also helps you breathe through your nose. So we're going to do this point through here, and then we're going to move to a muscle called temporalis, which you can see moves your jaw like that. And you're going to find a series of nice tender spots through there. So just massaging through there. If you find a really sore spot, holding it, letting it release underneath your hand, and then massaging all the way through. So they're the local points that you can do to help open up your nose, but you can also do some distal points, so distal points away from the head. The classic one, large intestine forward, is pretty much good for everything. Traditionally we don't use it in pregnancy, so if you are pregnant or trying to get pregnant, please don't use it because traditionally we just don't. Finding that little mound, holding that and massaging that, 30 to 90 seconds. If you find a nice tender spot, you can just hold it. That should start to reduce. If you don't have access to your feet, you can come along that line there, and then on that muscle, radiobrachialis, you're going to find a nice little tender spot as well. Massaging in there for 30 to 90 seconds. Breathing and humming the whole time, you're going to start to feel pretty good. And then coming into the crook of the elbow. Once we've done that, we're going to move to the feet and the shin. So this little toe coming through here and then coming in between those bones, you're going to find a nice sore bit. That can be another great one that's going to help open up the nose, finding it and massaging it until 30 to 90 seconds till it feels better. And then coming along that same line, about halfway through the shin, pretty much where I've got that little knot, you're going to find right the spot. So finding it, massaging it, 30 to 90 seconds, breathing and humming if you can, making sure if you can breathing through your nose, and then finally up around here. Traditionally we say you start on the opposite side, so if this nose is blocked I'll start on this side, but try and do both if you can. Everyone's different, so just figure out what one works best for you. So some acupressure points you can do to help open up the chest and help open up the breathing. They're really simple, and you can actually use them to help yourself calm down and relax, so particularly if you're feeling a bit stressed. So the traditional point that can be used to help what we would say the kidney grasp the lung chi, which is a nice way of saying make the diaphragm work better. It's a point called kidney 7, so it's about 3-ish fingers above that bone and just a little bit out. You're going to find a nice tender spot. Make sure you massage that area, and then as that starts to relax, you should even start to feel a little bit of more movement in your diaphragm. So if you're breathing while you're doing it, you should start to find that your belly moves more, and you can get deeper and deeper into that lower abdomen. So If you're stressed and you're like running like on adrenaline, typically we'll breathe up in the chest. So by just simply massaging that and having some nice long slow breaths, you should start to calm down. Once your diaphragm's starting to move better and you can move freer into there, then you can see if we can open up the chest a little bit. So the classic points for those two is triple energizer 5, which is about 4 fingers in between those two bones. And you're going to find that and you're going to massage that. For Chinese medicine, that helps open up the little intercostals, the muscles in between the ribs, helps take a feeling of heaviness off the chest. And once again, find that tight spot, massage it through, and as you're doing it, breathe in nice and deeply and slowly. If you can, in through the nose and out through the nose. That's going to help open up your sinuses, and it slightly like moistens the air. It helps you kind of absorb it better, like helps absorb the oxygen better. And if you want to try and relax at the end of the day, if you do some box breathing, which is essentially, it's a bit hard to do, talk and breathe at the same time, but you breathe in for a count of, we'll say start with 3, hold for 3, and then breathe out for 3, hold for 3, and then breathing in again for 3. It forces your breath to slow down, helps the heart rate calm down, helps the mind calm down. If you can do 3 comfortably, 1, 2, 3, then you move to 4, then to 5, and you should start to calm down. So if you're doing that while you're massaging through there, help the diaphragm open up, help the chest open up, you'll slow down your breathing and you'll feel a lot better. If you're trying to get ready for bed, this is a great thing that you can also do to help yourself calm down. But we're going to add in another special Chinese medicine point to help with stress. So I'm getting ready for bed, I'm doing my box breathing. You can just do the box breathing laying down, but before you get into bed, you can also massage your spot here. This is called liver 3. It's one of the greatest points we've got in the body to help us relieve stress. And I'm just going to be breathing in, breathing out, massaging my kidney 7. If you're not too sure where it is, you can just use a few fingers, but you should start to feel it easier through there and then moving through there. If you can, start with one side and then move to the other. And then if you're trying to prepare for sleep, after you've done that, it only takes a minute or 2, then you can lay down and you continue that nice, slow breathing, and you should find that the mind starts to ease and relax as well, and you feel even better. Chinese medicine has some great acupressure spots that you can use to help with your digestion. So if you find that your digestion goes out a little bit when you're stressed, you're busy or you're running quick or there's stuff going on at work, a great spot to start is a point called liver 3. It's right in between those 2 toes. You're going to start by massaging it 30 to 90 seconds. I've had quite a busy week, so this is actually a little bit tender for me. And you should start to feel that ease and relax through there. So that helps with stress-related tension throughout the entire body. It also helps relax the mind. It's a great place to start. Once you've done that, we're going to move on to the stomach meridian. The stomach, if we can get that to relax, that kind of line through there, Chinese medicine believes it also helps the organ function better and get better digestion. So the stomach meridian actually comes all the way up through here. So we're going to start in between the toes. We're going to come in between those bones. We're going to find a nice little pressure point there, stomach 43. This is, those that are interested, the wood point on the stomach channel, or the liver point on the stomach channel, and that is specifically for stress-related stomach issues. And so once again, if you're finding that your stomach goes a little bit out when you're too busy, or you've had a stressful situation, this might be a little bit tender, and by getting in there and massaging it, you can help yourself feel a lot better. The next point that we're going to utilize coming up here is called 3-leg mile. It's called that because it's meant to be so tonifying for the body and give you so much energy that if you couldn't take another step, if someone was to needle this point or massage this point, you'd have so much energy you could walk for another 3 miles. But we use this one traditionally to boost the strength of digestion, to help you get more out of your food so that you can have better energy. So by massaging through that. So by doing that, we've helped the body calm down, We've told the stomach it's okay to relax, particularly if it gets a little bit sensitive with stress. And then we're just boosting the strength of that. At this point, they've actually done some studies where they've shown that it increases peristalsis, which is the rhythmic movement of the smooth muscle around your intestines and your stomach for that matter, all the way through. So if you get a little bit constipated, or you get a little bit bloated, or fluctuating in between, like if it speeds up, you get diarrhea, massaging that point will actually help make that more regulated and build it up. Start with one side, and then if you can, move to the other. And then we're going to move on to some great points on the hands. This is the large intestine 4. Traditionally, we don't use this point if you're pregnant. So if you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant, please don't do it, because traditionally we just don't. But it's a great spot for helping the large intestine. And the large intestine in Chinese medicine is linked with the stomach, and by helping that move, we're going to help the stomach move, and it's going to help with constipation, it's going to help with bloating, it's going to help with diarrhea, it's going to help you get more out of your food. And then the other spot that we're going to massage, this is called 3 mile arm, essentially, and it's the equivalent of that spot there. So we're going to massage about a hand breadth away, just on that radiobrachialis muscle. There's a nice little divot through there. So finding that spot and massaging it, the way that we imagine this is actually starting to strengthen the digestive system, so you get more out of your food. If it's a little slow, it'll help it speed it up. If it's a little fast, help slow it down. So start on one side, and then if you can, move to the other. It should only take you a couple of minutes to move through all of it, but it should really help your stomach feel better. If you do get bloated after eating, try it. You should actually start to feel your stomach feel better. If you're low in energy and you feel like you're not getting enough out of your food, massage it before you have your food. And the way that we'd view it is you get more out of it, so you've got more energy. So if you're feeling stressed, or you've got a lot on and you're finding it hard to wind down, Chinese medicine has some great acupressure points you can massage for yourself to try and help that along. The classic point is liver 3, so in between these two toes, coming in there, finding that sore spot, and just massaging that for 30 to 90 seconds. The way that we imagine this is the liver in Chinese medicine is in charge of helping the body move smoothly through different states. So helping you go from feeling excited to then calming down, helping you go from being alert to sleeping, helping you with hormonal different things. And we also say it helps muscles tense and then relax. So if you've had a really busy day and you're revved up and your muscles are tense and you can't slow down, by massaging this, you're helping the body start to transition and feel more relaxed. The next point that we're going to use is large intestine 4. It's basically a point that helps everything open up and move in the body. So not just the large intestine, but traditionally we don't use it if you're pregnant. So if you're pregnant or you're trying to get pregnant, please don't use it, because traditionally we just don't. But you to you. We're going to find that and we're going to massage that through there. These 2 points work really well together to help all the muscles in the body relax and to help calm the mind down. So we're going to start to one side, then if you can, 30 to 90 seconds each side, and then moving to the other. The other thing that we're going to do, particularly if it's towards the end of the day and you're trying to calm down, Chinese medicine views the body as interconnected. And so we imagine that the whole ear also represents the body. So we imagine there's a little head down there, and then the spine, and then coming through there. So you've already started to feel relaxed massaging those 2 points. Now you can actually just by massaging your ear, we're going to say you're going to help the entire body relax. So you're not trying to rev yourself up. So you start nice and slowly. And if you want to, you can throw in some nice, slow breaths. You can do some box breathing. Please see on the video. Working your way from top to bottom. You can go from bottom to top if you'd like, but personally I prefer top to bottom. And by the time you get to about the 5th time through, you should be starting to feel pretty good, nice and warm and relaxed throughout the whole body. Particularly if you've had a chance to have some nice deep breaths. And if you are trying to wind down and you're in bed and you're having some trouble sleeping, it's really easy just to give your ears a nice, slow, gentle massage with some slow breathing, some box breathing. We can do that for you now, which is simply As you're massaging, you breathe in, and you want to do that to a count to 3, and then hold for 3. Obviously it's hard to breathe and count at the same time, so 1, 2, 3, and then out for 3, 1, 2, 3, and then hold again for 3, so it's like a nice little box. If you can do that comfortably, and see if you can go to 4, then to 5, and the idea is that by holding that breath for a little bit longer, you're forcing the heart rate to slow down, forcing the mind to slow down, and if you're massaging this for here as well, you're going to be helping everywhere calm down. So guys, in Chinese medicine, the ear represents the whole body. So we've got our nice little representation of the baby's head down there and then tucking away like that. And there's some special points in the ear that we can utilize to help with relaxation, help with stress, help with detox, help with digestion, immunity. These are traditional ideas and insomnia. So the idea is you can put a little ear seed on there, and that will kind of stimulate that point the whole time, and you can get in there and massage it yourself. But also, if you just wanted to give yourself a nice little self-massage at the end of the day, you don't even need the ear seed. I'm going to walk you through some of those ideas. So these points represent, they're a region in the body. So it doesn't matter how accurate you are, it's going to start to have some kind of help. And also just knowing that you can get in there and massage and help things feel better. Even that itself can help you feel a bit better. So we'll start with number 1, which is like relaxation. The idea is I can feel my own little ear, I come to there and I can find that little ridgy dip. Just on that outer bit there, I'm going to find that area and I'm going to massage that through there. Massaging it for 30 to 90 seconds, nice and slowly. I'm not trying to like really get in there and irritate myself, but nice and slowly will actually start to help you feel more relaxed. The next spot, if you have a look at this little thing, number 2, we say stress and anxiety, but that point's called Shen Men, which is like, for us, is to help the spirit relax. So it's in above that ridge, in that little spot in there, just in that little corner. Once again, anywhere, you might even find a nice little tender spot. If you do, just by massaging through that area, you're going to have that feeling better. If you do put the ear seed on yourself, as long as, you know, if you're in this area, doing great. Yeah. If it's over here, that's still going to help something. So you don't need to worry about it going to the wrong spot. You're never going to hurt yourself, but as close as you can would be great. We'll do it nice and in order, so we'll move to detox. So detox, we're just going to use that. Traditionally, this area through here helps support the liver in Chinese medicine. The Chinese medicine liver helps kind of like flush everything out of the system. So it's on the inside, underneath there, in that little spot in there. So I've got a big fat finger. So by doing that, I'm taking care of the detox area by stimulating the liver. So let's say that you wanted to kind of like help the liver, help kind of like get over a big night out, get a little ear seed, putting it in there, giving it a massage for 30 to 90 seconds a couple of times through the day. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Moving to number 4, digestion. So here we're looking to strengthen what Chinese medicine considers the spleen and stomach, which are the organs that are in control of digesting the food and moving it, transporting it around the body. So it's just in that big kind of area in there, making sure that we're massaging through there. If you did want to put an ear seed on, which I'll do in a tick, just in there. I've got a nice little tender spot, which probably means my stomach needs a little bit of love, and you know, to be honest with you, it does. And then we're going to move to number 5, immunity. So if you have a look at that is just a little bit more towards there. So immune system, like in Chinese medicine, comes down to the lung. So we talked about strengthening the lung and to help the body fight off like what we would call like external pathogens. So it's a cool concept that by massaging through here, we're helping our body protect ourselves from external invading factors. You know, they talk about the idea that your body has an army that protects itself from foreign invaders. So keeping the immunity going strong, so massaging through there, feeling really good. And then we're going to come back to insomnia. Now this spot is actually pretty close to that Shen Men one. It's just a little bit more out over there. The way that it helps with insomnia is the same idea. You're helping calm the mind, helping relax the spirit. So let's say that you wanted to actually, you know, use it more for stress, but you put it in insomnia. They're both going to be really effective and kind of overlap in a big way. Or if you wanted to improve your stress and anxiety, but you touched insomnia, either way, it's going to take care of both for you. So If you just give yourself a nice self-massage through all of those areas, you're going to feel pretty good before you go to bed, or you can do it at the start of the day if you've got a lunch break. If you did manage to actually buy one of these little things off us, these little ear seeds, it's really simple. You take it out. Obviously there's a lot of pressure on me now. How do I open it? Oh, here we go. I'm just going to open that up. Obviously I didn't prepare this earlier. And then I'm going to fold that out like that. And take that little sticker off. Nice and simple and easy. And I'm going to put it on my shin bed. So I'm going to find that with this finger. And then I'm just going to gently place it. Really good. I'm going to massage it for 30 to 90 seconds. Now a lot of people ask, you know, can I do more than one? You can do as many as you like. There's a Korean beauty kind of trend where they actually put ear seeds pretty much all over the whole ear at the moment, and they're loading that up. And the idea is it's trying to stimulate the whole body to get some fresh blood, rejuvenate, and feel good. But you can add a few. And if you want to put it on the other ear, you can do both ears. You can do one ear. If you want to combine, you can basically just look after yourself. Now sometimes when you put it on, it'll be a little bit sore. So that's really good. That means you're in the right spot and it's kind of stimulating. If it's too sore, just move it a little bit, you know. You can just kind of pinch it a little bit, take a little bit of the pressure off, and that way you can get in there and massage it yourself. We say that you only want to have the sticker on for between 2 and 5 days. The reason for that is that it's medical grade adhesive. We just don't want you to get a little bit of an infection, so just changing it in and out. Obviously if it gets sore or red or irritated, take it off. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can drop us a line or put a comment below. But essentially, have fun.
And keep going.
Keep going?
Yeah. How many can I have on each ear? Which ear do I use?
Oh, okay. So you can use either ear. I chose to use this ear because it's easier because I'm right-handed to put that one on. But if you wanted to figure out what one's best for you, obviously fashion, but you can have a feel through, and if you find a tender spot on one ear, it's a little bit on the region that you're after. So on this Shen Men, I'm going to check that one out, the one for stress and anxiety. If that one's a little bit more tender than this one, then you can put it on the more tender one. The idea is your body needs a little bit more stimulation there. So by doing that, you're helping that kind of flow. But you can do both. There's no stress with that. If you can't find a tender spot on each, just pick whatever side's easiest for you. And you can use as many points as you'd like. Obviously just change it every 2 to 5 days. So when should I massage it? You can pretty much massage it whenever you'd like. So for example, I've got the stress and anxiety one in there. If you're feeling a little bit stressed, you can give it a little bit of a massage. See if you can calm yourself down before you go to bed or when you wake yourself up. If you've got it in to help you with your digestion, you can do it before and after your meals. But just by having it sitting there, it's going to be like stimulating that region. So it's going to be continuing to work. But you can always get in there and give it a little bit of a little massage, see if you can boost that up for yourself. Particularly if you're feeling a bit bloated, having a little bit of a massage through there, you might even feel like your stomach starts to move a little bit better. Or if you're feeling a bit stressed or a bit anxious, you can use that as a little bit of a reminder to yourself, oh yeah, I need to calm down, and massage through there. So you can also use ear seeds if you've got some musculoskeletal pain. So we imagine the body kind of like this. So you've got the little head down there, and if you come along, you've got your shoulder, spine, and then around this area, you've got your knee, and then moving there from there. So there's a really good overlap between the anxiety spot and the knee. But let's say that you've got a sore back. Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'll start from where we imagine the head is, and I'm just going to massage around the outer side of it. And I actually have a little bit of a sore bit right there. So I do actually have a sore neck. So from our Chinese medicine point of view, or traditional point of view, that being a little bit tender there and me being a little bit tender through my neck matches perfectly. So I can just take a little ear seed like this. Sorry. Obviously I planned ahead and figured out which way I meant to open it. There we go. Take my little ear seed. I'm going to go back, massage through there. There it is, nice and tender. Actually, I can feel that in between my shoulder blades now. That's really good. And all I'm going to do find that spot, and then I'm just going to replace it with that ear seed. And that's going to stimulate the body to release those muscles through that neck. And if I do get a little bit sore or tender, I can come and massage through there. But we'll keep going. So we'll massage all the way through the spine. In theory, we're getting to the lower part of the lower back. And then we're going to see if we can go through the hips and the knee. They're all kind of through this area through there. So have a good feel all the way around. And just try and find the spot that's a bit tender or a little bit sore. And while you're massaging that sore bit on your ear, move the bit that's a bit tender. And you might even find that it starts to feel better. If that's the case, put an ear seed on there and you can massage that a few times throughout the day, and it should continue to get some blood flow through there and hopefully help you with. So a lot of people will come to Chinese medicine or acupuncture to help with kind of like fertility, help with kind of like pregnancy and all that kind of stuff. There's a great idea in Chinese medicine that if you're more relaxed, if the spirit, we call it the spirit, so the mind is calmer, if your sleep's better, then your body has more energy to kind of regulate your hormones and hopefully put you in a better spot to kind of help with fertility. So one of the things that the practitioner might do, or you could do for yourself, is put a little ear seed in your ear on a point called Shen Men. And that point is there to help calm the spirit, so that the spirit is calm, helps the body put more emphasis on regulating your hormones, and you've got more energy to kind of hopefully help you with that. So Shen Men is this spot right here. So the idea is super simple. The more relaxed we can get you, the better we can get you feeling, the more energy your body has to hopefully help you regulate your hormones and help you with fertility. So think of putting that little ear seed in as a nice way, help you stay calm, help you stay relaxed, and then hopefully help nature take its course.